What else do people want to know? What do I want to tell them? I don't know. Hi, I'm Elena. Okay, I'm so nervous to do this. Welcome to my channel. That is the most 2010 thing I've said in the last hour. So basically, I wanted to make this video to tell you a little bit about myself because I think it's kind of weird to have a YouTube channel and not have like a little understanding of like who's the person making it and who's who's behind the madness. It's me. I'm behind all of it. No, but I wanted to do this because I think like, yes, I could have put it in my bio and been like, hi, like I'm Elena, I'm 21, like, ugh. But I think it's kind of more interesting to have a little video that's like, hey, here's me, here's my personality, here's like what I like. So hi, my name's Elena. If you're new or you stumbled across this video and you're like, who is this? It's me! It's Elena. I wanted to make this video, like I said, to talk a little bit about myself and yap, because it's yap o'clock always. What time is it? So a little bit about me. I think the best way to get to know somebody is through their name. My full name is kind of long. It's Elena Kim Miskinnis Stern. I think I have one legal document that has my full name because it is so long. I know people have longer names. I know I know that my name is not actually that long, but it feels long when I tell people, especially when you hear Miskinnis and you're like, what is that? So a little breakdown. Elena is a name that my parents picked. They went back and forth apparently for a while about my name, kind of deciding like which version they like better. At one point they were thinking about naming me Elle. At one point they were thinking about Ellen. Like it was like a lot of variety. They wanted E because of my great grandmother Elsie. And so they were like, okay, E something. And then they came across an Elena and they were like, wait, that's kind of perfect for a couple different reasons. One, because they could agree on it, which God bless, my parents agreeing on something, Jesus. It's also kind of perfect because it's my other great grandmother's name spelled backwards. Her name was Annelle. You flip it, it's Elena. Another reason that my parents really liked it, but especially my mom really liked it, is because my mom thinks of it as like a global name. There's a lot of different communities around the world that have this name, specifically like Latin America and like Russia and Lithuania, which is where my family comes from. It's a very Lithuanian name. And obviously there's some variation in the ways that people pronounce it or spell it, but I pronounce it Elena. If you're from Latin America and you pronounce it Elena, I'm not mad. That sounds gorgeous. Do your thing. If you're gonna mispronounce it and go like Elena, we're gonna have beef. Not actual beef, I'll just correct you. Because I'm very protective over my name. I have two middle names, Kim and Miskinnis. Kim actually comes from my aunt who passed away when my dad was really little. And so they gave me her name, Kim, as one of my middle names. I also share that middle name with my aunt. My other aunt, not the aunt that passed away, obviously. Anyways, I'm gonna stop talking about death in a second. Miskinnis is my mom's maiden name. So my brothers have my dad's mom's maiden name, Clamage, and then I have as their middle name, as one of their middle names. And I have Miskinnis as mine, and it's a Lithuanian name. I have no idea what it means, and if you're wondering how to spell it, sound it out. I didn't know how to spell it for a long time, so I can't really clown you for not knowing how to spell it, because I didn't either, and it's my fucking name. And then Stern is a German word. It actually means star, and my dad is from a lineage of German Jews. We actually found out recently that he's more Lithuanian than German, so we're like, where did the German come in? We don't know. Nobody knows. There's so much confusion around like my family tree. Nobody knows what's going on. So that's my name, Elena Kim Miskinnis Stern. I'm 21 as I'm making this video in January 2025. I'm currently studying at NYU. I am studying acting at Tisch, and more specifically at Stella Adler Studio of Acting. I was a transfer student, so I also went to Bard College in upstate New York for 2 years, and then I changed schools. I have a whole video about the transfer process and everything. I think I kind of want to make an updated version, both because it's A, really long, and B, I have more to talk about now. Is that a plane? Oh my god. There's like a plane flying through the sunbeams and it's just like shining. New York is weird. Okay. Oh, also I live in New York. Obviously I go to NYU. I mean, people go to NYU in Tulsa, so you never know. You truly never know. Also, I feel like I should mention this. This is my room. Most of the time, a lot of my content is like a blank wall because I'm singing and I don't really need all of the stuff in the background to be distracting people and being like, what is that? I'd rather you just look at me and look at my singing and listen to me. What else? I'm also, if it's not abundantly obvious, I'm part of the queer community. This is so ridiculous. What else? I love singing, if it's not clear from all of the content I make where I'm singing. I'm studying acting, so that should be pretty clear. I love to dance. I've been told by one of my one of my best friends, Rose, that I am a mover, which is a nice way of saying I can't fucking dance. I really like dancing though. I do it a lot. And so I'm gonna do it anyways. Even if people are like, oh, I'm still gonna do it. I really like singing musical theater because that's part of what I'm studying. I also love singing pop songs. I can't even lie. Adele, she's one of my divas, as one of my friends put it. What else can I tell you? Oh, I'm Jewish. Work. I wasn't really raised Jewish, but I kind of came back to it after my grandmother passed away, and it's a really interesting part of my identity I'm still kind of exploring. I grew up in Chicago, and I love Chicago a lot. I don't think I'll ever be leaving New York if I can help it. I love New York. I love Chicago. My friends from Chicago are gonna be like, bitch, listen to me. Listen with your whole, just listen. If you haven't been to New York / haven't lived in New York, I fear you won't get it because it's just on steroids. It does not sleep. And I know people say that, but genuinely, like, my dad comes and visits me and he's like, it's 9 p.m. Why are there so many people out? I'm like, it's New York. It's not Chicago. Chicago has a bedtime. They go to sleep, mama. Okay? They go to bed. Does not. Ever. Every day is a little adventure in so many ways. So many ways that you see all over Instagram and TikTok. It's true. It is that crazy. It's also wonderful and beautiful and lovely. What else can I tell you? I'm starting to get more into like remedies. I'm really sick of the healthcare system. I know we all are because it's post-Giovanni world, but I've been sick of it, and I think a lot of us have been sick of it, and now we're all finally talking about it and finally not just talking about it to people in our immediate circle, but also sharing more broadly about our experiences. I hate the healthcare system. And the medical system really at large is a mess. And I know my dad, who's a doctor, is going to watch this and be like, I'm not talking about doctors necessarily. I'm talking about the way they are trained. I'm talking about the way that healthcare is a money-making scheme, okay? And I think there are ways that we can naturally find remedies for things people have been doing for a long time. And we don't need to look for outside like guidance and act like we're the blind leading the blind is the problem. Okay? And I know doctors are gonna be like, I'm not blind, I can see. I understand the need for our healthcare system as it is. I also think it's messed up. And if you're a doctor and you disagree with that, you need to take a look at people's lived experiences. Also, if you're a doctor and you haven't had that experience before, it's because you're a doctor. Because you get different treatment because you're a doctor. Sorry. Anyways, that's a little side rant. So I'm really interested I'm really interested in like home remedies and like I've only started like dipping my toe into it. I love thrifting. I love going to flea markets. The way that I said that killed me. I made plastic yarn last night. Like, this is what I mean by I'm a hippie. Like, I see the issues in the world, and instead of trying to be like, I'm gonna solve climate change, I'm like, I'm gonna do my little part. If you watch any of my content on Instagram, also, it's like the same handle as my YouTube, The Artsy Stern. I love animals and I love children. Period. I'm also like a big Hope Corps person. If you don't know what that is, it's perfect. It's the part of the internet that makes me actually happy instead of feeling like I'm engaging in the sun. Instead of feeling like I'm engaging in my own personal depression hole, I watch like Hope Corps things, like about like humanity and like the good in the world, and I'm like, everything's fine. So that's mostly what I post. I'm a big like pattern and colors person. If you can't tell. I love a texture. I love a color. If you can't tell by my pink bedspread, I love my bed. Also, those are stuffed animals, and I am 21 years old. Get over it. I'm really into activism theater. That's kind of my main interest in the long run, is making art that touches people's hearts and minds and makes people process their world differently and think differently about the way that they move through their lives. I've always been interested in that. My favorite musical is Come From Away. If you haven't listened to it or seen it, highly recommend. Highly recommend. It's such a good time. I know the sun is distracting, but I don't want to close the shade because then it'll be really dark. So let me live. I don't know how much of this is TMI, to be honest. TBH. I love flowers. If you can't tell, you can already, if you like look in the background of my room, there's flowers. I can see 3 spots with flowers already. And I'm not even looking that hard. And I'm wearing flowers. And I have flowers on my finger. I'm not gonna show you which finger because then I'll be flipping you off. But I think I'm gonna start making more content like this. I want to share my experiences so that people feel less alone. And so I feel less alone, you know, selfishly. If you have questions, leave a comment. Oh, and if you have questions about living in New York, let me know. I might not be able to answer all of them because I've only been living here for like a year and a half. But if you do have questions that you think I might be able to answer, or just if I can't answer them, I'll tell you. Yeah. I don't know what else to say. Look at that. Look at it. Hello? What? Yeah. I know. Oh, the sun. I love denim. And I know people are like, oh, denim's so back. It's been back, because I said so. Don't test me, okay? Hey, ring light. I'm 21. I need to sit down. Sometimes. Not all the time. Sometimes I think I'm onto something, and sometimes I'm like, girl, just take a breath. For God's sake. Please. Please. Oh, the sun. Oh! Okay. If you know, you know. You know, you know. You know? I feel like I'm gonna go blind in here. I fear the show got boring. Can I say that? Why do I need to tell people that? I can tell you a little bit about my favorite things. I'm gonna go blind! That's what I have to say. Ah, I'm melting! I don't really know if I should post that. Because people on the internet are strange. Oh, my skin looks good. Honey. Okay. Why am I telling intimate details? This is not intimate. I feel like telling people I like to draw is not that intimate. Right? I can tell people that. It's my little lamp. I love that lamp. It was my grandma's. Grandma. Grandma. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go blind. I gotta go.